Hey guys, pause here. And have you noticed that solo queue has been utter crap for the last few weeks? Because I certainly have. Starting around June, I do my usual live stream thing. I noticed for 2, 3 days in a row, all of a sudden, the games have just been really bad. Like 10, 20 games. And I don't mean like the losses or anything. Wins or losses. It's not necessarily about a win-loss ratio, but more so just the games themselves have felt bad in the sense that no one really knows how to work together. People just seem to have forgotten how to take objectives. And it's all just kind of this very poorly played, skirmishy. There's very little sort of tactical lateral thinking, I suppose. It's just always a very straightforward manner of play, and they tend to snowball really hard, and people don't know how to sort of readjust their play style and come back, kind of thing. So when this kept going on for a while, I started thinking to myself, well, we need to come to some sort of conclusion as to why this is happening. At this point, it's becoming a bit weird. 20 games plus at that point, this is slightly statistically anomalous, or seems that way anyway. So I started thinking and asking people in chat, and everyone seems to, watching out the streams as well, and the conclusion seems to be about beginning of June. Games have gotten really bad since about then. So what has changed since then? Really, the only major thing is school has gotten out for pretty much everyone, and all the screaming children have invaded solo queue. Now, I don't want to turn into one of these old man rants, and it's like, oh my god, kids and young people are all stupid and useless, and they're just screaming and mashing the keyboard, because that's obviously not the case. In the most supremely arrogant statement of the year, I'd like to think that if you're a young individual and you're watching my videos, you're probably one of the more intelligent, persons within your peer group, but so you're probably not the problem. I'm gonna hope anyway. If you are, correct yourself. But anyway, at the very least, like I say, I'm not saying all people under the age of 40 or however the hell old I am, or useless or whatever. But let's turn this music off. We get the point. The mood is very stupid. But anyway. At the same time, I do have to be realistic about these things and think back to when I was, in high school, elementary school, 60 million years ago. And while I would consider myself not a brat because, I was relatively self-contained, and I haven't, basically my base personality hasn't changed too much over the years. I at least consider myself relatively thoughtful about things and not loud, I suppose. But at the same time, I'd have to look back and say, compared to now, I was pretty ignorant. And that's just a statement of fact. I mean, I've been alive for 10, 20 years since then, so if there's no progress for me as a human being, that's kind of a major, major failure. But more importantly, you also have to kind of look around, think back to your peer group, and you guys who are still in school, think back to, like, the people in your classes. You like that screaming idiot in the corner who just doesn't know anything, and you know for a fact he's going to end up working at a gas station for the rest of his life. These are the people who are now all invading solo queue and just wrecking everything. At least it seems that way to me anyway. Now, I don't want to be too malicious about these people. I mean, again, if I think back to high school and elementary school, I generally got along with everyone. I was pretty much friends with everyone, and so I don't want to be too critical of those people. But it's unfortunately, when they invade your, I suppose, your playground, if you will, in online spaces where they kind of have, there's no restraints, at least in person you could threaten to beat them up or whatever if they got too annoying. But online they're just gonna mash the keyboards and get in the way. And again, the thinking isn't there. League of Legends is simple enough that you can actually progress quite far in the game based on pure mechanics and just sheer tenacity and spamming games over and over and over again. But at a certain point, you do realize that just some people lack the mental capacity, I suppose, to sort of think in a more tactical sense. Which makes a lot of these games really, really unfortunate. And some people just simply haven't, I suppose, developed the capacity to, think in that regards. But anyway, we're going to get to my ultimate point here. I don't want... It's basically made League of Legends not fun for me. And I think Riot, in a sense, has realized this, and that's probably partially why they're doing this whole pool party event with the whole group as a 5-man get points thing. Because you realize if you're grouped with friends, or at least people sort of on some level, the games are going to be better, and you're not going to run into as much of this just kind of screaming discord that solo queue has been. Well, it sort of always has been, but more so now. So to somewhat mitigate that, they've introduced this pool party thing. So right, it's kind of smart, I think, if this is why they're doing it. And I think that's, they know what they're doing, so I think it's intentional. So to my ultimate point of this, for at least today, we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to be live streaming, and I'm going to be running nothing but 5-man people, I at least sort of know from my live stream. So go to the description below, click on the live stream. At least today, what is today? Today is June 17th. And I may be doing this over the next couple days as well. So you can keep an eye on my stream. I don't have a strict schedule, but, you can always check it out. If I'm actually streaming, there'll be a little annotation thing, I think, that pops up the Twitch settings somewhere on this screen saying I'm live. But anyway, join up, and I'll probably be cycling people in and out. I think I did one of these games yesterday, and the quality of the game was just basically so much better. It just felt like, holy shit, I've actually played the first game of League of Legends since the summer started. So I don't know, maybe I'll make this a slightly more regular thing, at least until a few months in, when everyone, the kids get bored of League of Legends. But for the time being, I don't know, I just need something more interesting to play, and also at the same time I want to be able to give viewers a slightly more interesting experience, because these horrible games, there's only so much you can learn when you see nothing but mistakes over and over again. It's the same mistakes over and over and over again. That's the thing I like to do. I like to have an educational bent to my stream, and I'm just pointing out, oh, there's a mistake, oh, hey, there's a mistake, by the way to won this game is to have never played in the beginning, because it was literally unwinnable. Stuff like that. It's a bit tedious. So anyway, again, if you happen to catch my stream, please join the chat. Let me know if you want to try your hand at a full 5-man team. Yeah, not much more to say. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope everyone has better luck than I do with the solo queues. See you around.